commitments to return captured troops.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance's stance against further U.S. aid for Ukraine is raising concerns among supporters about sustained U.S. support and Ukraine's capacity to resist Vladimir Putin's invasion.
I do not think that it is in America's interest to continue to fund an effectively never-ending war in Ukraine, Vance stated.
Special counsel Jack Smith filed an official notice to appeal federal judge Aileen Cannon's order dismissing former President Donald Trump's classified documents case.
Judge Cannon, in a surprising ruling Monday, dismissed the case on the basis that Smith's appointment as special counsel was unconstitutional.
A father has been arrested after his 8-week-old daughter died when left in a hot car in New Jersey, authorities reported.
The 8-week-old was pronounced dead at the scene.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Yeah. All right. You never know. I don't know. You never know. No? I never know.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy.
I'm going to do lay-down comedy.
With the dog. You make me laugh.
It's hard to wake up when you haven't slept because you're not really waking up. You're still up. All right, come on. Get on with it. I want to say good morning. All right, I'll say good morning. Good morning, America, Canada, I guess Australia, but that's about it. The rest of you countries, fuck off. Oh, no, Belgium's cool. Belgium's cool. You can hang. It's Friday. July 19th, 2024. You made it through another week, or you kind of did. At least 5 o'clock today, you'll be punching out, and then you go home, get drunk off your ass for 3 days, and go back to your own cubicle and start all over again. And that's life. Get used to it. If you are wondering why so many websites are down today, and there are flights being canceled everywhere, and Microsoft computing services and CrowdStrike, IT services are down. Massive cyber attack. According to some people, it's been fixed already, but not all the sites are back up. But that could be good for us. Maybe we'll get one extra viewer, listener, or whatever, because we're still on YouTube. I think we're still on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. I think we are. I don't know about all the other services that are out there. I know MindDog TV, not so much right now, because MindDog TV is currently hosted in Microsoft Cloud services. So there you go. Yesterday, I need to apologize because yesterday I called G.D. Fenderson a fucking idiot on this program, and that I realized that's really being very rude to fucking idiots. And listen, I did that because I was just making a joke about him expecting his friends or people he knows to tell him the truth when they say they're going to his show, and because people lie to you. And I'm assuming last night he was assisting the Reverend in his show, and the place was sold out, packed to the gills with people who did not lie. But I'll tell you what, and you know my experience with no shows on this program, and you hear the same excuse a lot, and it starts to get a little, I don't know, dubious when people say they had a family emergency, had to take somebody to the emergency room, whether it's mom, dad, grandpa, my kid. It just seems like whenever people have a place to be, and that place includes me, a lot of those people have emergency room issues. Now, I've been to an emergency room in the past and have to rush somebody to the emergency room. Here's the thing. Emergency room isn't like DEFCON 5, where they say, oh, my God, we got to get you right in. You get to the emergency room. What's your emergency? I'm having a heart attack. Sit down, fill out this form, but I'm dying. You know what? Have a cup of coffee. Somebody will get to you in a few hours. Not really bashing the emergency room technicians. I know they have a heavy caseload most of the time. But the point is, you have time within that 5-hour window when they're actually going to look into your anus. Oh, yeah, whatever. I'm sorry. Because I was just assuming you had an Emmy Award stuck in your rectal cavity. But let's say you're in the emergency room for another reason. You have time to call Matt or email Matt and say, listen, I got an Emmy Award stuck in my rectum. I'm not going to make the show today. That's all. You don't wait until I write to you and then 2 days later say, oh, I'm sorry I didn't make it. I had to rush my grandfather to the emergency room. Everybody's got to rush their grandfather to the emergency room when it's time to do this show. And so I'm a fucking idiot for believing they're going to show up. Now, we have 2 guests scheduled today, and I'm reluctant to believe either one is going to show up. The first is a guy, Mason McGinley, who has an improv talk show. That's all he said. He has an improv talk show. What does that mean? It's not like an improv comedy show. It's I'm going to improv my talk at the IO Theater on Saturday night. And Christine Knight, who's going to talk to us about 90 days to emotional freedom. I would like some emotional freedom. I'd like to be free of emotions. Okay. All right. Feel good. Now, that's all I have to say about, the excuse making. And I do apologize to all the fucking idiots for comparing you to G.D. Fenderson. That was my bad. It will never happen again. All the fucking idiots out there, I humbly apologize. Speaking of GD, we're gonna. He was probably after his assisting the Rev last night. He probably got home in time to watch the RNC convention because they were texting each other like hens last night. And we're on a group text. So I'm reading it all. I can't help it because my phone. It could be an emergency. I could have to take my grandfather to the emergency room. Oh no, that's right. My grandfather's been dead for 100 years. But texting about something I really am trying to avoid. Listen, this is not a left or right thing either. I'm going to do my best to avoid the Democratic National Convention next month. So. Anyway, we're going to meet those guys and probably have to hear about the convention and Trump's rambling speech and people wearing tampons in their ears or something right after this. In the meantime, if you're not sleeping like I am not sleeping, you should smoke weed or something. Smoke stuff to get you to sleep. I didn't. That's the problem. And so I'm going to subscribe to Daily High Club while we're reconvening here. We'll be back in a moment.
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level, you're in the right place. With over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer, we're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop. Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
Now! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little anxious this morning. I haven't slept. I mentioned I haven't slept? Ladies and gentlemen, E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton speaks, I point at my coffee cup.
Good morning, America. Is your Windows a pain in the CPU? It's not too late to switch to Linux. That joke gets a C++ for effort. MindDogTV.com for all of your operating system needs. MindDogTV.com. Enjoy the suffering.
There is no C at all in effort. How does C++ for effort?
And you missed a perfectly good opportunity to use a JavaScript joke when talking about a coffee cup.
Right. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
You know, I missed that. I do apologize that. But I wasn't talking about the coffee cup. I was just pointing to it.
Well, still.
And that's why I only got a C++ for effort.
I don't understand. I just don't. I have not slept. Have I mentioned I have not slept? Because some asshole just kept texting all night fucking long. Well, that's not the whole reason, but I have not slept. So the brain is not working. I have 2 shows today, not back to back. Well, I have a show from 2:15 to 3:15. Then I have one at 6 o'clock. In between, I'm too far away to come back home, so I'm just going to be sitting in limbo in no man's land, waiting for another gig. It's not a optimal situation, and I'm going to be tired as hell. So I could crash and die today. That's all I'm trying to say. So will you miss me? Is the question. Will you miss me?
Do we have the password?
If there's a will be a way.
No. You could tell the honest truth here. You know, I take it back. So all those fucking idiots, I do take that back. I'm sorry. Oh, look, we got a chuckle out of Ron Kane. Did you see that? I think. Roll back the tape. I think we got a chuckle.
Hit B. There you go. B. Now you know where the.
All right. What Steven is adjusting his ass dildo right now. But I can still see him in the window. Oh my god!
I think I'm still chuckling from that train wreck that was on last night.
Yeah. Now there was somebody said this is a diehard Trump supporter. If you're thinking Trump's rambling a bit here, just remember that he was nearly shot dead 5 days ago. Let the man ramble. He was not nearly shot dead. Listen, I've had a gun stuck in a hot gun stuck in my ear. That's closer to being shot dead than he was, because this guy was foaming at the mouth and stuck a hot handgun in my ear. I think that's closer than him. I didn't ramble for days after that. I was like, as a matter of fact, I went to the recording studio and we cut a single within 20 minutes.
Called "Hot Gun in My Ear."
No, it's called "We're Hot." To be honest with you, but it's a coincidence, I guess. But yeah, so you know what? That's no excuse for. I don't know a word of what was said. Somebody, Andy Jacobson is talking about. He was talking about the Iron Dome. He has no idea what it means. It's like a false illusion of what an Iron Dome is, and it doesn't protect America from intercontinental ballistic missiles. But he's under the impression that it does, or is at least giving his flock the impression that we'll be safe. We don't have to worry about nuclear war. We can actually make a first nuclear strike because we're safe. We got Iron Dome. I think he thinks it's a real Iron Dome, or at least he's trying to get them to think that. I don't know.
Well, he should be concerned about, in that case, the rust from all the rain that's because it's sitting up there protecting us between us.
Iron rust.
Yes.
Iron will rust in the rain.
Yes.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And not only
steel
that,
doesn't. Steel doesn't rust, right?
Steel
doesn't rust.
Stainless steel won't rust.
But it will tarnish. And then you
all
gotta
right.
polish it.
So why don't we have a stainless steel dome? Oh, nobody's got an answer for that. You're all fired. None of you know what? I'm not considering voting for either one of you.
Well, because stainless won't rust. It's not as strong. The steel is not as strong in certain properties. Like iron is a very tough steel. Yeah, there's different grades.
All right. Now, we can come back to that later. I'm thinking it's probably too expensive to go. One might as well have a diamond dome or something. But now, GD, you provided technical consultation and assistance to the Rev last night at his great show. I'm assuming it was packed full of people starving for dildo type comedy.
It was not packed. I had a number of people who paid for tickets and didn't show up and text and said they had COVID. I was like, were they all hanging out with
That's a better excuse. That's a better excuse. And I had to take my grandfather.
They also bought tickets and didn't show up.
Well, that's okay.
No,
you know what? I always say that's not okay. Well, I don't know about that venue because most of the venues, the tickets is not the biggest thing. It's selling food and drinks and all that stuff.
Right here, it's not selling food and drinks. It's the tickets.
Wow. So you don't care if they show up, or
I do care because for one thing, that means people who are maybe fans of mine. Actually, these people are actually fans of mine. They don't, yes, they paid their money, but I'd rather have the seats. I'd rather, because I don't do this for the money. I do this to entertain. So.
Well, I do it for the money, but I'm just, I'm just thinking, maybe you should have done it from the emergency room. Maybe I should move this show. I should do the show every morning from the emergency room, and then the guests will all show up, or they'll have no excuse.
I tell you what, nothing makes this show better than a big shot of Dilaudid in the morning. So at the hospital's good.
Yeah, but it was a really good show. Everybody had a good time, and when the show was over, with
especially the people who bought tickets and didn't come.
Yeah, they had the best time. But the people who showed up, they're all asking, when's the next one? They want to know when the next show is going to be. So I think
have you thought about taking it like to New York City or someplace where there's actually real people who aren't like?
I have a connection in New York, and I reached out because I was told that they were interested, and I reached out to them, and I didn't hear back.
I'm not necessarily saying New York. I mean, just someplace that isn't there.
Yeah,
any other Chicago, New York, Austin, L.A.
And I was told the same thing about Kentucky. I have a contact in Kentucky that wanted me to bring the show down there.
His name isn't.
No, it's not the missing guy.
Who is he? What's his name? I can't.
Metcalf. Reed Metcalf.
The black guy. The black man.
Oh, Abbott. Not Abbott.
No. I'm just channeling Biden, who when he can't remember a name. The black man. He's not black. He's
Reed Metcalf.
Yeah, that's who he is. Reed Metcalf.
No, it's not him. No.
Yeah. Well, he's forever missing. I should have asked my brother to put out the stuff through the VA and all the Marines and stuff to see if check on this guy. Was he ever a real dude?
And also check the Coast Guard because he lived near water, didn't he?
No, he lived in Kentucky. Oh, he on a lake.
Yeah.
I don't think the Coast Guard does lakes in the middle of the country. The Coast Guard guards.
Are you sure? Because
the coast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Coast Guard guards the coast.
And lakes don't have coast?
No, lakes aren't coast.
Okay.
No.
I feel like Lake Michigan has a coast.
What? Well, the Great Lakes might be considered coast because they border like Canada and the United States, so there might be Coast Guard there, but no, Coast Guard is for the coast, not for a little lake in a guy's backyard, because I think that's what he's.
Okay, have it your way.
I don't really have a way. I don't have a way. But we are 20 minutes in, and whatever this guy's name is now, it's a weird name. Mason McGinley. Is that a weird name? It's just me that I want to call him Mordecai or Mason McGinley is not here. I'm shocked. But I'm thinking he might have had to take his grandfather to the emergency room today. Have you guys ever been to an emergency room?
Yeah.
And how quick? How you didn't have time to call your crack dealer and say, "Listen, I know I'm supposed to hook up with you over there at the corner," but
yeah, a good ER visit is what probably 2.5, 3 hours if it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
See, on my way to the emergency room, I called my crack dealer so they could meet me there.
See, now that's a responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
You're on your way there. Listen, I'm with Grandpa. He's got an Emmy Award with stuff stuck up his rectum. I'm sorry. I know I booked a show. Can I reschedule something like that? Takes 30 seconds to say that.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed, but I shouldn't be surprised because I'm a fucking idiot for believing anybody's going to show up to this show.
I have been in the emergency room where I was only one of 3 people, and it took 2 hours to see me.
Yeah. I was in the emergency room when the only person who really needed help was my wife. I brought her there. I forget what she was experiencing there, but we went into the emergency room and it was empty. Nobody there except for a meth head that was under arrest and handcuffed to a chair and freaking out like she was scaring the shit out of me. But she wasn't needing medical attention. They just wanted to keep her isolated until she came down from whatever insanity she was on. But it still took us 7 hours when she was the only one there. So, yeah, you have time to call the program and say you're not coming. That's fair enough.
I may still be in the emergency room from the last time I was there 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I may
Hey,
still
as somebody who visits the hospital quite regularly, there's no excuse. You can do it from the hospital.
I know you've actually called from the hospital getting your dick drilled. That time you were getting the hole in your dick drilled bigger.
Yeah,
that was me. That was me.
No, well, I had a similar situation, but wasn't trying to make it bigger. We were actually trying to shrink it. Never mind. We don't need to get into that. But listen, all I'm saying is, people need better excuses. Okay.
Right.
It's really shit. I was at the emergency room, bitch. You can send a text or an email. 10 seconds.
It's an insane coincidence that almost everybody who books on this show has the same kind of emergency. And you know what?
That's because they're related to the same grandfather.
I could be maybe it's just me being, I don't know, cynical, but I think some of them might be lying.
Maybe
is that possible?
Yeah.
People lie.
Oh yeah.
Well, just imagine my shock to find out that I had 5 people who were all hanging out with Joe Biden, and that's how they got COVID.
I think that girl, I don't know if you saw, but that day, the day he got COVID, he was hanging out in a restaurant with a Asian girl. I'm thinking she might have been a Chinese spy who came here to give Biden COVID on purpose.
He gave her
as an assassination.
He gave him the China virus.
I got to be honest.
China flu.
China.
It's first of all, it's called the Kung flu.
Thank you.
Just throwing that out there. And second, did you see how bad Biden looked last night getting off his plane? Oh
no.
Man.
What do you are you like? Have you become a news junkie? Are you addicted to? Do you have the TV on and you like sitting there beating off the political stuff all night?
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of, but it's better than showing up here and not knowing what everyone's talking about.
I do it all the time.
Who's better to jerk off to? Is it Biden or Trump?
The Trump's little hands really remind me of my wife, but Biden forgetting everything reminds me of my ex-wife. So, JD Vance.
With his eyeliner turned you on. Now,
His eyeliner did something crazy for me, man. Whew.
Now, Kim Ugly Halloween mask woman, Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Oh my
So,
I asked my wife, I said, what is wrong with her face? And my wife says, her face always looks like that. I said,
no, that's not true. Back when she was a guest commentator on O'Reilly like 15 years ago,
right?
She wasn't that. She's had too much plastic surgery or whatever. But I don't know what she said. I know she spoke there and all that stuff. I don't know anything about that. But there's a clip that was on Twitter. She's standing behind Trump. They got a shot of Trump, and I guess she doesn't know that she's on camera or they're shooting Trump, and her skirt is right behind his head, and it looks like she's reaching up and fingering herself.
Oh.
While it's bizarre. If I can find it, I will share it and get us kicked off the air. But it was just like, what? And that was just the caption said, "What the hell's going on with Kim?" She's just lifting up her chest and go, like, what the fuck, man?
Maybe her penis was stuck.
Yeah. Well, her penis is in a drawer somewhere. Oh no, GD got the last. GD got the last one on the shelf. So.
Let's say GD's got it. He's got it up on display as like a trophy.
Now, the guys who wouldn't wear a mask because they thought it made them look stupid are all wearing ear tampons to show unity.
Oh, God. That was everywhere, man. It was everywhere. It's all over the place. People rocking maxi pads and shit on their ears to look like Trump.
Well, that's probably going to be the next Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I do have a Trump mask. I think I'll just put a thing on his ear.
And really, I loved when he told the story because, he's like, I'm only going to tell this once. Yeah, because you got to keep the lies straight. I mean, come on.
Yeah. If you tell it twice.
I like how it was accompanied by pictures, music, cinematics. It looked like a WWE entrance the whole time he was telling the story.
That speech was a disaster. I mean, we thought the debate was bad. That really looked like Grandpa had that long day, long week, and it's like, all right, come on, Gramps, it's time to
shut the fuck up.
Go away.
It was like a 2-hour speech. I gave up on it at midnight is when I gave up.
Oh, how long was that into it? If you gave up at midnight, how much longer did it go on after that?
He started at what, 10:45 at 11 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, it was 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was
an hour and a half, 2 hours of just him rambling.
We have discrepancy in the reports here, folks. Hold on, I'm hearing from my field reporter right now. 92 minutes and 37 seconds is what I'm being told in my ear right now. The ear that got shot off or bit off.
But if you go by Trump time, it took 3 years, 17 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Okay.
Yep.
There's a clip of Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt off and screaming, and I can't help but in my mind go back to the movie Idiocracy with that
Hector Camacho.
Yeah,
he was even dressed very similar to Camacho with the sneakers and the jeans and the.
But now let's just kind of, and I know there's probably a few of them out there, people who know nothing about politics in another country. Let's say you're somewhere in Europe and you don't follow American politics, and you just happen to tune in and you see that Hulk Hogan thing, and they tell you that is the presidential nomination process in America right now. What the fuck would you think about what's going on in this country? Like,
well, at least he didn't stick his penis in a pig's mouth, a dead pig's mouth.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I think you look at the theatrics and say, why is this televangelist having a political rally? Because actually, the whole thing to me, it just seemed like a cheap production of a televangelist going on the road.
But at least most televangelists believe in God. He doesn't even,
and here's the other thing: if that was supposed to be his audience, and most of that speech, people were like not really into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about low enthusiasm. Now, it could have been when he tried to fuck the firefighter's coat and make out with his hat. That definitely made it really gross. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't wheel that guy's corpse out on stage.
Now, did he actually touch? Did he actually go touch the jacket or something?
He hugged it and he fucking kissed the helmet.
Okay, because I was listening to the speech. I wasn't watching it. I wasn't watching most of it. I was just listening to it.
No, it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. I'm hoping this was a fucking wake up call for the Democrats. Like, put someone new in there and let's put the fucking nail in this guy, because it was horrific. He did not talk about the country at all, which we expected. I mean, just, amazing, blah blah blah, and he just kept rambling. And when they talked about, you remember at the debate when everyone was upset at when they started talking about, they asked about childcare and they started talking about their golf game. Well, the same thing happened last night, because he starts talking about like Dana White's vacation and how it was such a big deal for Trump to call him on his vacation. It's like, he hasn't had a vacation in 5 years, and now he came out for me. It's like, well, I guess he wasn't beating his wife that night. I don't understand.
Yeah, the amount of criminals that somebody, I think it was Dylan who said, I watched the RNC convention. They're not sending the best and brightest. They're sending rapists and murderers. It does seem like, and I was thinking about last night, most of the hardcore Trump supporters, now I can name a few exclusions, but most of the hardcore Trump supporters I know have done jail time, prison time. Mike Shavola hasn't. He's one of the few that I'm serious. I mean, I was counting them last night. At least there's one that I know who should have done prison time, who kind of flipped on his brother so that his brother went to jail for him. But the rest of them, excluding Mike Shavola and this guy Ori, they're all prison rats. So he does appeal to the criminal element, the rapists and the murderers. He's not sending his best and brightest.
I'm surprised we don't get more of those here, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't.
And how are you supposed to appeal to women when most of the guys on that stage you can't leave alone with a woman?
Right. Yeah. To be honest, no, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but I sometimes I don't care, and sometimes I can't help myself. There are some women who find guys who beat them attractive. They equate that with love or whatever the fuck they think. I had several girls in my life when I was younger who were bouncing off of a guy who beat them, and they wanted. The reason I didn't get along with them when we couldn't work it out is because I wouldn't hit them. They wanted to be hit. For them.
I had one like that.
Yeah, so you're going to get in trouble too. Send us all hate mail. Ron's being quiet again.
As a matter of fact, when it didn't work out with us, I sent her to you. I was hoping that you'd be the one.
Yeah, no, I'm not a hitter. I'm not. If anything, I would hit a television and television.
That doesn't happen here, because my wife clearly knows that she's my property, and why would she talk against me?
Same. I never talked back. She can outrun me for sure, but she has to come back eventually.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to ask you guys about. One other thing about that convention. It will come to me.
Besides, you have your wife's passport. She can't stay without it.
Yeah, so I don't understand the bit they were trying to do where they're like, his speech is going to be about unity and bringing the country together. I mean,
what about Tucker Carlson's speech? That was a fucking nutball and a fucking hanky.
Well, yeah, Tucker Carlson again. A couple of these guys, almost everyone in the flock has expressed complete disdain for the cult leader at one point or another. They were passing around Tucker Carlson's emails from 2021, the day before January 5th, 2021. He was sending out emails. Soon we'll be done with this guy. We won't ever have to hear about him anymore. I hate his fucking guts. In his emails to his colleagues, Hulk Hogan, with a similar a video he did, saying Trump's not a cool guy, and then mocking him for all his shit and saying I hate that guy. You can go down the list. Or his vice president called him Hitler, and basically everybody there. You can't find anybody in that party.
Hitler. He was the American Hitler. That's which is a domestic version, not the imported.
Okay. Did that convention win anyone over? That's not on their side. Because I'm not even convinced the people that are on his side were won over at that convention.
Matt, for your information, most of Lindsay's audience are Trump supporters and not ex-cons. I think you should look into their background, because I think most of them are.
Oh, wait. Did you hear the big news?
And I said hardcore, by the way.
I know Mike will like this. This is definitely because since he's a hardcore lingerie wearing Trump supporter, he'll love this. During the convention, Grindr was announcing massive outages. And I wonder why, Mikey. Why would that happen?
There was a video of somebody in the convention videoing their phone looking at Grindr, and there was like 300 or 400 different profiles that were less than 50 feet away from this guy. The GOP is full of a bunch of dirty homos.
So now Grindr is a porn site where you can hook up with the porn site.
It's a gay hookup men's app. Basically Tinder, except if you want to get your dick sucked, it's going to happen.
Oh, or you could just get in the chat room on this show.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they do. I mean, that convention does have the great logo for it with Trump jerking off two guys.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes,
I was happy not knowing that.
No, it's fantastic for all the dumb rhetoric they do, and these closeted these closeted guys going to these man camps to try and prove that they're men by fighting people in wheelchairs. Like, I get it. You guys just love one another. Open up your mouths and ass and let each other enter each other and do a human centipede. That's what you want.
Oh my
Michael,
God.
the only way you'd know that is if you got us on there.
Ron and Steve are regulars on Grinders. They know all about it. That's what he's saying.
In my defense, I thought it was a place to get long cut cold sandwiches, okay? So that's my fault.
That was a very weak defense, Mike. It's okay if those guys are sucking each other off and blowing loads in Tucker's face. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
It's America, baby. You can do it. You enjoy your freedom.
I honestly thought Grindr was a site where you can get fresh coffee, but
now, what did Tucker talk to you? Can you kind of summarize Tucker's talk? Because lately he's been on this evangelical. It's weird, like it's somewhere in between evangelical and somewhere near flat Earth, a conspiracy theory. Alex Jones kind of evangelism. That's where he's been lately with most of his talks. What was his talk last night? Can you tell me?
It was basically how God ordained Trump, and he was saved by God, and now this is going to bring unity, and this is going to bring peace to everyone with Trump in office.
I did see a quote that he said that being the president is actually meaningless. I was like, well, that's a weird thing to say when you're nominating. It's basically the president. The position of president of the United States really doesn't mean that much.
He went on this rant about how the second that shot was fired at Trump, that he was no longer just a president, because anybody can be labeled a president. He became the leader of our country.
Well, so if somebody shoots at me today, that would make me the leader of the country?
That's what it sounded like.
No, I think you become the leader of Long Island.
Well, it didn't happen. I've been shot at. And never made leader or something. It's just weird. The other
Was
thing
it
that
caught on video? I think it has to be caught on video.
I don't even think there was video back then. I don't know.
I wonder when Matt Gaetz was around, they're like, "Get your kids away! Matt's coming to the stage."
Now, what happened to Matt Gaetz' face?
Oh, Botox and hey, listen. He went to Milwaukee. He had to get Botox because it was a 4-day fuck fest of gay men at the convention, and he was probably one of the responsible parties for making Grindr go down. Who knows?
Guy yesterday who I know on Facebook, he said he posted, "We have to make America great again." And then people started getting into arguments with him about stuff and asking him like exactly what are you talking about? And his whole thing about what's wrong with America right now is Biden is president. Oh, but what specifically is wrong with America? And he had nothing. Like he couldn't articulate why America wasn't great in his opinion, other than he doesn't like the guy who's holding the office right now, which is a weird thing because this is a guy who is traveling around the country in a custom bus, playing bass with a band like make-believe rock star and a tribute band, but getting paid very well to go around the country and play for like arenas and stadiums doing a fake rock star tour, tribute band, and making more money than he's ever made in his life at this point in his life. And 4 years ago, yesterday, the same day, he was locked in his room doing a Zoom show on Facebook and destitute, not making a dime. Like, so the world has gotten much better for you personally. Your life has gotten much better, but it's intolerable. It's intolerable that life is going so good for you. You must really want it to go bad. That's all I could think. Like, you're not happy unless we could arrange it to lock you in your room and have you do a Zoom show for $20 or beg for tips.
Hey, Stephen, did it seem to you that Trump was definitely on something last night? Especially as the longer and longer that speech went, he's really seemed to slow down. Like Grandpa had a lot of issues last night. I don't know if it was me.
It was weird. He seemed low energy from right out the gate, and then he just started. I don't know. He was sweating a lot more than I felt like as usual. He was kind of. He looked almost lost at times. I don't know. He just seemed very old.
I think it takes a lot of energy to try to fake sincerity, which is what he was trying to do.
Oh yeah.
And then you get tired of faking sincerity, and then you don't have the energy to do the fake rebel rousing.
Don't get me wrong. He tried to. He looked like he tried to cry a couple times. But yeah, he kept slowing down. He looked really aged.
Did you stay for the Kid Rock? I don't know, concert. He did a song, right?
Beforehand, I heard like a second of it, and then I put it on mute at that point because I mean it's Kid Rock. I mean, if you're listening to Kid Rock, I mean you have other problems in your life.
Yeah. This is definitely true. I mean, the guy had his moment where he was popular, but I think most people, from what I'm told, he sampled the Metallica song. And you know what? Sampling was maybe cool for a minute when you were, ding, 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 ding. No, ours goes ding, 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 ding. Vanilla Ice stuff. But I think 30 years ago, at this point, sampling is just like, it just says I can't really play for myself. I don't know. We can't really do anything original or good. So I'll just take somebody else's stuff and make up words on it and shout at the audience. But I can't believe that, these middle-aged, some past middle-aged conservatives are down with that kind of like nonsense. It's not country. It's just noise.
They zoom as Kid Rock was playing. They were zooming into anyone in the audience that was enjoying it. Mostly they hit the black guys and then like 2 or 3 white dudes, and they would go back to Kid Rock.
I wonder.
You're feeling it.
I'm not sure how that works, but I wonder how Metallica feels that he used that song, because they did give him the right to sample it. I mean, years ago when that song the original song was out. And I just wonder like how Metallica feels about that, because
from what I know about Metallica, dollars matter more than anything else.
He always does.
Yeah, that is a good point.
These are the guys who sued a Napster user, a regular guy in his house. They sued him for like millions and millions of dollars. Like all they care about is the bottom line of the dollar. Like this was some poor motherfucker just downloading their music for free. Obviously, it was on a peer sampling thing, but they went after a poor guy for millions of dollars. Fuck Metallica. That's all.
That cost them my fandom for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking millions and taking down some fucking like 22-year-old dude in his mom's basement.
Now, do you guys know? I should know this, but the date of the DNC convention?
I don't know that.
August 17th or something, somewhere around there.
I think that's going to be an equal disaster. I mean, maybe not they might not blow up Grindr as much, but I think with the infighting in the Democratic Party, there's going to be a lot of drama with that too. This is why I can't watch it. Anyway,
No, I think
I'm hearing about it.
I think it's good. I think that's what that party needs. They need shake up.
Infighting?
And and both political parties do, because you've seen it last night at that convention. Most of those people were bored. His speech was uneventful, didn't do anything to excite anybody, even in that like you have the crowd. That room is on your side, and you really couldn't win them.
Well, according to Ron Filipowski, who follows every single rally very closely, this has been the case for a long time. The rally crowds have been walking out like 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in, and he keeps talking for an hour and a half after that at the rally. So, and they're all excited when the opening acts are on there, but the minute Trump gets on there, they fall asleep because they've heard it. It's just the same old regurgitated act over and over again, and it gets boring. So they've been walking out on him for a long time. I'm sure they were told not to walk out, or you're kind of held captive there.
They did look like that audience did look like they were held captive at some point. It's like, because it's one thing to have a speech and go like 40, 50 minutes. Good. That's like if you're a good speaker and you have good speech writing, you hit your points, you keep moving. But that audience looked like they were held captive, because even when he was trying to rally them, it was like, can we leave now, please, Grandpa? Let us leave. We don't want to hear about how you survived not shitting your pants the other day. We've heard that story. Let's move on.
To answer your question, Matt, the DNC convention is August 19th through 22nd, Monday through a Thursday.
And that's a Monday through a Thursday again? Yeah. Yes. That seems pretty far in, especially if they have not decided, all gotten behind a candidate.
NBC just posted about 5 minutes ago that people close to the Biden family are in discussions about putting together an exit plan, because they're not sure of how he's going to be after this COVID thing.
You know what would be? Oh, maybe that was. I don't know. I'm to the point where I'm becoming one of these, like, the moon landing was fake people, because I don't believe anything, or I feel like everything is a fucking setup. Maybe
I do.
Biden just needed an excuse to get out. COVID could have been it.
Well,
you know.
Well, see, I see. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Steve.
I was just gonna say, I feel like this Biden thing could be played one of two ways. Either A, this is gonna be his way to exit and not make it look like it's because he's old, but it's because he's sick. Or B, they're saying he has COVID, he's gonna beat it, and he's gonna be like, "Look, see, I'm not as unhealthy as you thought I was. Rub my long leg hair."
No,
so,
that's definitely not. It's definitely not going to be B.
No, they're doing. I think they're doing the right things because there's more stories are coming out today about, like Steven just said, NBC has that the family is talking about exiting. I think this is all part of the plan because I think they wanted to wait till after that convention. They want to see how Trump's speech went, and then any momentum that they feel that will come from that speech, you kind of on Friday you start putting out these stories because the weekend is coming up. And now you get the Democratic base excited. It's like, all right, is this finally going to be the push to get them out? Because what everyone's seen last night was not, that was a horrible Trump. I mean, even for him, that was a horrible Trump. And that convention didn't do anything to get anyone excited. You brought out a bunch of old white guys that are like,
So you're not going to be going out and buying an ear tampon today?
No.
He already has it. Why buy one? You already got it. He already got one.
What if they're trying to purvey this image of Trump now that he's been shot at, that now he's more serious, and maybe that's why he was trying to be more calm?
No, because he had his fucking chance last night. They could have drilled down on issues, but instead it just became him talking about these sad celebrity, D-list celebrity friends that he have, and
some did the shout out to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, and like Dana, know who did your teeth, but going into like now this dog life that you're living by constantly licking the saliva that's coming out of your mouth, you need to go see your dentist, buddy, because that's bad. It is bad. I mean, he's like, so I don't know if it was the cocaine or the bad dental implants that he has, but there was a lot of licking, and he had a very.
Allow me to expose myself for what an immature, a devious fuck I am. I'm not going to show you my dick. Don't worry about it. You can take your hands off. Okay. I'm going to talk.
Get it out, Daddy.
Yes.
All right, Will, talk about your dick. Go for it.
No, I'm not talking about my dick. I'm talking about what I would do and it's such an immature, devious, fucking meaningless thing to do. If I were Biden, I would resign today, making Kamala Harris the 47th president of the United States to fuck Trump's marketing plan. He's been marketing 47 on everything and selling all this 47, 47, 47.
Oh my gosh!
So everything has Kamala's presidential number on it. That would be great. He would.
Imagine all these MAGA people walking around with 47, and then realizing that's Kamala Harris, whatever, Kamala.
I wanted him to resign for a different reason, but that's even diabolical. I didn't even.
I know. This is who I am. I'm an immature, diabolical asshole. This is what.
No, I think that's more of a woman's move. I just wanted him to do it because I thought that would make her an incumbent president. Usually, the last few months of any presidency is lame duck, so it's hard to get anything moved anyway. So she'd have basically the free reign to campaign. Yeah, the 47, that's diabolical. I love that.
I'm almost ashamed of myself for thinking about it. But no.
I think I love you more.
I gotta be honest, Matt. Mike might be right. I might be a little gay because that's got me a little chubbied over here. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. I swear to God.
Don't worry. We know the RNC is swinging very gay, apparently.
So, Michael, if you secretly want any pictures of said erection, just shoot me a message later, buddy.
Oh man, that's so.
Yeah, but
please resign, Biden. Please resign.
No, I think if you want a picture of you, Stephen, you'd have to be pushed over in your wheelchair, and you'd have to be naked.
If somebody has anybody shot that idea to Biden,
you're sideways. Let's go.
I think Biden would do that. because he really hates Trump. He really does dislike Trump a lot. I think that would be just enough to get him to do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, wait a minute.
So are you saying I should call him?
Yes, yes.
I don't think he's taking my phone calls.
Well, don't call Jill then, because Jill's taking calls.
I bet she's taking
anybody who has an into him heard the plan. What I would do, just suggest it to him and see how it goes over.
Let him know. See, this way he can step down and he can look honorable, just like Nancy Pelosi did when she stepped down and handed the torch to Hakeem Jeffries. He can do the same thing. He can step down, pass the torch to Kamala Harris, and fuck Trump in the wallet. Oh, that's beautiful. Fuck him in the wallet.
At this point, I think it's just a timing issue because they want to make sure that they can transfer that war chest that Biden has over to the next candidate. That's all. I think that's all they're waiting.
The next candidate is Kamala. It's almost automatic. It's almost like having your wife inherit your savings account. It's like done.
Yeah, so I think like legally, they're lining everything up behind the scenes. They want to make sure all their ducks in a row. So when it happens, Biden can come out and it looks like a very smooth and even transition, even with all this shit.
Well, and they also.
She just has to pick a vice president. And to be honest, I would pick, to be safe, I would pick Buttigieg. I would pick Buttigieg because he's got that gets the gay votes right there, man. You get 90,
I don't agree.
I get all the Republicans who are on Grindr switching over.
That's right.
I'd like to see Shapiro or maybe even Whitmer.
Whitmer is my logical choice. Whitmer is the logical choice for me. But I want to get the gay vote. Let's go get Buttigieg and get the gay vote.
I think it's going to be Shapiro.
Well, Shapiro's from Pennsylvania, right?
He's my governor. Yep.
Well, here's my thing, and here more hate mail for me. I'm fine with a woman in office and all that stuff. I totally am, but I don't want it to be a hot woman that I want to fuck when I look at her, and I want to fuck Gretchen Whitmer. So I would
that would make people campaign harder. That would make men campaign harder for her.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I've worked for women with senior vice presidents that I wanted to fuck. It's just not. I don't. You know what? I can't separate the sexual impulses in my mind from taking somebody serious.
Do you think a lady president would get in as much trouble for getting her bean flicked in the office as Bill did for getting his blowy in the office?
Are you kidding?
I was sexually harassed. I was sexually harassed by a female CEO, and I didn't report it one bit. And you know what? It was not the same. You know what? It's not the same. I wasn't like afraid she was going to rape me, even though she put a hand down my pants.
Christ!
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't want, because she's kind of old and fugly by that time. I'm sure when she was younger, she was hot, and I definitely would have known the dog. I was.
I'm your teacher.
I had a manager. I had a manager at a job I lasted 4 days at because she sexual harassed me to the point where she gave me her laptop for training and said, "Here, take this home for training." I took it home and opened it, and the wallpaper was her naked.
Wow.
So I brought it back.
You had a lawsuit on your hands if you would have pursued it. If you were the kind of guy you are now who is defrauding the government out of money.
I know.
Fake disability.
Send me the employer and her contact information.
She doesn't work there anymore.
Is she on Indeed?
Yeah.
No.
LinkedIn.
She's actually in a wheelchair now. So.
Oh,
maybe she was trying to get pointers from you about that lifestyle.
She was trying to get a pointer, but not the one I wanted to give. And
what goes around, wheels around.
Well, the last straw was I brought the computer back and I told her, "Listen, I'm not interested, but thank you." And I was still gonna work there. And then at the end of that last day, she goes, "I spent the whole day wondering what you taste like. I left my keys and just left." I was like, "I'm not doing this."
Oh, well, I know what it tastes like. Have you tried dog shit? That's what it tastes like.
I haven't showered in 7 years.
Four out of five dentists who have tasted Mind Dog recommend dog shit to their patients who want to taste Mind Dog or something like that. How about this? How about, wow. Jackie just sent me something I got to look into. How about we listen to AI news that is like a week old? How about that? Would you like that?
It's like a newspaper. Let's go.
Can we have another? Thank you, Matt. Can we have another?
President Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID-19 and is experiencing mild symptoms, according to the White House.
Unitas CEO Janet Murguia also announced the diagnosis from the podium, where the president was scheduled to speak at a conference in Las Vegas on Wednesday. Biden tested positive for COVID-19 earlier Wednesday after his first event in Las Vegas, the White House reported. Kevin Sanders reporting.
Special counsel Jack Smith filed an official notice to appeal federal judge Aileen Cannon's order dismissing former President Donald Trump's classified documents case.
Judge Cannon, in a surprising ruling Monday, dismissed the case on the basis that Smith's appointment as special counsel was unconstitutional because he was neither appointed by the president nor confirmed by Congress. Representatives from the special counsel's office stated they would not provide further comments. Jim Kender reporting.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance's stance against further U.S. aid for Ukraine is raising concerns among supporters about sustained U.S. support and Ukraine's capacity to resist Vladimir Putin's invasion.
I do not think that it is in America's interest to continue to fund an effectively never-ending war in Ukraine, Vance stated during a speech in May, adding, "We've done more than our fair share." While Vance's isolationist approach has frustrated some in his own party, he has consistently expressed his skepticism since the conflict's early days. Liam White reporting.
Ukraine and Russia exchanged 95 prisoners of war each, officials in both countries confirmed.
This exchange took place 3 weeks after their last swap as part of occasional agreements to return captured troops. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the Russian Defense Ministry announced the exchange. The POW swap was the 54th since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine began in February 2022. Benjamin Wright reporting.
But we'll swap. This
is the latest news headlines.
We're not murderers. Crazy, inhumane people. All right, Al. Music's running out. Ow. Ow. Ow.
A 16-year-old girl was rescued after a hole she was digging in the sand collapsed on her, burying her up to her neck, according to authorities.
The teenager, whose identity was not disclosed, was digging on a beach
like
in
dropping
San Diego,
your keys
California,
and drowning in the
when
water.
She became trapped in around 6 to 8 feet of sand, the San Diego Fire Rescue Department stated. The girl was trapped in the sand just 20 feet from the water as high tide approached, authorities said. David Lang reporting.
The mother of a 3-year-old whose body was found at a recycling center feared her ex-husband would harm their daughter.
San Jose police reported that an employee at a San Jose recycling facility discovered Ellie Lorenzo's body on Saturday. She was last seen alive with her father, Jared Lorenzo, who was involved in a bitter custody battle with her mother, and died Friday from an apparent suicide in San Francisco. Jessica Oakley reporting.
A father has been arrested after his 8-week-old daughter died when left in a hot car in New Jersey, authorities reported.
At about 1:45 p.m. Monday, authorities in Lakewood Township responded to a call about a baby in cardiac arrest, the Ocean County prosecutor's office said. The 8-week-old was pronounced dead at the scene. The baby had been left alone in her father's car for an extended period of time, which was determined to be the cause and manner of her death, prosecutors stated Tuesday. Kyle Norris reporting.
Representative Adam Schiff has joined the growing number of Democrats urging President Joe
8 weeks old, and I don't know. To me, that makes it even more egregious. Any kid, you don't leave a kid in a hot car. And this is like, what the fuck is going on, America? Are you not listening to the AI news every day and knowing?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Right, listen to our show. You'll know that if you leave your kid in a hot car, that kid's gonna die.
Oh no, the Lord will protect them and take them to heaven if that happens.
You should also know if I find your kid hanging out in a hot car, I'm busting out all your windows, taking your kid out, and catching your car on fire. You don't deserve the car or the kid.
They never say.
That's how he got the 3 kids he has now.
They never say how old the parents are. Because I'm thinking if it was like a teenage parent, like they could be just stupid or just so fucking not grown up that they
don't understand. How could they not have heard over the years about all the babies that die in hot cars between January and August?
The last few have been older women, guys that have done it.
You
They've been
know, this
older.
is you.
What?
You could make a political ad with this, and all it would be is the firefighter showing up to this car that has this dead baby in it, and he just says to the driver, "And this is why we need abortion."
I just want to say Ron has been fired as my campaign manager.
And
as of now.
HR.
Oh my God.
I'm glad my brain's not the only one that goes to really fucked up places.
There was a time when dead baby jokes were considered funny. And I guess
thought
they
they were
still are.
blender jokes. Are they dead baby jokes? I thought they were blender jokes.
Oh no, they were oh well, they were pitchfork jokes too, I guess then.
Yeah. See, I didn't realize it was the baby that was the thing.
Back on my radio show, I mean, we had Kenshi Tung, who was our field reporter. She used to call in with dead baby story news reports every fucking day. But you know,
hey, if you don't laugh, you cry, right?
That's right.
That's kind of
You know, speaking of that, now, Stephen, who's Bob Newhart?
All I know is he was
taking my showbiz news.
Oh
yeah.
I told my
wife.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. We'll have to ask Ron Kane later in entertainment news.
All right. The reason I brought it up was to point the finger at me at what I. No, we already know I'm immature and devious and diabolical and all that kind of stuff from the previous hour. But here's also how low I am. I was a big Bob Newhart fan, but the minute I heard he died, I said, "Oh, good. Let me make a reel about it and cash in on this." And I did, and I had it up within 20 minutes of me hearing the news, and it actually did quite well. So, if there's any celebrities about to die, could you kind of text me and let me know? Get on.
I'll let you know from now on. Yeah, especially if it's an entertainment celebrity, I got you.
My wife knows how much I like Bob Newhart. And so she said to me, "Are you going to talk about him on the show today?" I said, "No, because Ron is going to cover him in showbiz news. And Matt's not going to want to talk about it unless Matt has a personal angle to Bob Newhart."
Well, again, I'm putting this out there just because, and they don't have to be comedians or even in show. They could be athletes. Anybody who's about to die who is loved by people, help me cash in on that.
Or it could be your uncle. It could be your uncle who was just mangled in that printing press accident.
Or if you plan on leaving a kid in a hot car, let us know. We can do the short now.
I'll make a T-shirt like, "Oh, sorry, he's dead," and put that on this. Well, if the story even back up, I don't know. Fucking
Find out TV hotter than a kid in a car.
I can't blame this on Vietnam now. This is Microsoft Cloud Services, this CrowdStrike thing. I don't know. Was this a malicious terrorist, cyber terrorism thing, or was this an IT fuck up?
They're spouting it as an IT fuck up, is what they're spouting it as. This feels way.
But they wouldn't tell you anyway.
Yeah. So, but I would say by the level of things hit, because it was 911 center outages. It was airports. It was all sorts of shit worldwide. It feels very malicious in nature, for sure.
Like that Julia Roberts, what's his name, Ethan Hawke movie, where they basically, whether they're not sure whether it's China or North Korea or whatever, who hacked it, and all the transportation system stopped. Telecommunications. It's that
House at the End of the World. I think that was called.
I'm here for it.
Really sucky ending.
Yeah, this affected 911 in several states, disruption to international airlines, domestic airlines, banks, and media outlets. So this pretty much hit all the staples of modern life
and local state governments.
Yeah.
And this is Biden's fault, right?
Well, yeah, because if he wasn't sick, he'd have been on top of it, and he would have held that firewall, preventing this from happening.
Yeah, if he would have been at his desk, typing away, he would have prevented this with some JavaScript and some C++.
Just like that movie says, you want him on that firewall. You need him on that firewall.
You know, we didn't even talk about it, and the AI Alan Edwards didn't even mention it. But earlier this week, AT&T announced all their customer data was stolen.
It's not the first time. You would think
No,
after 2 or 3 times they would get on top of this.
no, well, the shitty thing is it happened like a year and a half ago, and now you're just kind of hearing about it. It's like, what the fuck?
It also happened with Sprint in the 13 years I was there. At least twice a year, there was some sort of data breach.
I don't understand why steal it.
Verizon was the same way.
Wait, it's going to be leaked out and sold anyway.
This is how it happens. People break in and steal it, and then it gets on the dark web.
Yeah.
They're saying it was a faulty update from CrowdStrike. It caused crashes to Windows. I thought it was just Linux machines.
No, it was Windows.
It was Windows.
Yeah, like they can't. People can't use the Microsoft 365, so that means you can't use Excel, PowerPoint, Word, all of that.
I couldn't even use my Xbox yesterday. I had to use my PlayStation because Xbox was down.
Oh no, not your Xbox! No. Oh my god,
dude! Hey, listen. Just because I'm not an old man doesn't mean I don't have young man priorities. Okay, I couldn't play video games with my friend. I was sad. That sounded way more out loud.
If you were in Grindr in Milwaukee, you could have got it fixed.
I was going to say, did it affect your ability to get onto Grindr yesterday?
No, but I was actually able to get on Penn Station and order some subs instead because, like I said, Grindr doesn't have sandwiches.
So is there a different?
Go ahead.
A different thing that is for like hookups with sexual hookup. I thought Grindr was the one where you could just call somebody for sex or something.
It is.
Is there a different one?
It's for dudes. It's for gay men.
Yeah,
isn't there one for heteros? Isn't there one like that for heteros? Something. It's not.
Yeah. Well, so there's Grindr and Tinder are very much set up the same way. The biggest difference is Tinder, even though straight people hook up on there all the time, was meant to date. It was a dating site. Grindr is specifically made for sexual encounters. You can put your HIV status and everything in there to make sure you're not hooking up with the wrong dude or whatever.
Oh, so wait a second here. Now this needs some clarification. If I just say online that I'm HIV negative, that means I'm definitely HIV. I'm safe.
Yeah. Dude, I don't listen. I'm not gay. I've never done it, so I don't know how all that works. But I mean, if it's anything like hooking up with a chick, I mean, if you're not sure, just use a condom, I suppose. But
the way
as far as marking it online, I don't know how that is helping anything. Because you can put whatever you want on a checkbox.
No, the way it works, Matt, is once you put it in on your phone. Let's say your phone said you say to your phone on Grindr, yes, I am HIV negative. Okay, your phone knows what you're doing and it has an app to compare your calls to your doctor and all that stuff to see if you actually are HIV negative. And that's how it is. There's an app to compare your data.
No offense, I don't think anyone
contained a lie detector test, a lie detector machine within your phone. So the minute you would say nope, break into your conversation.
We've accessed his data. We know he does not have. We know this about him. He's lying to you. Yeah.
The only thing I know that Grindr's done to help fight HIV is I read an article that they started offering like free HIV tests for home that you can order. But yeah, I don't know what a checkbox is going to do to prevent anything because it's a fucking checkbox. I could put on there that I'm hung like a black dude. It's not going to be true.
Well, it depends on the black dude. He could be a newborn.
You're hung like a black dude, but they just hung a very small white dick on you, just the same way they would hang a Shaquille O'Neal dick on.
Or you could be hung like a black dude, like hanging from a tree.
Oh my God, GD, Chubbs is still here.
Hey, look, I'm hung like a black dude.
Dude, you got to stay out of my backyard. I'm trying to. I'm trying to keep that stuff private.
Will you quit looking at my family tree? It doesn't matter what's hanging there.
That's a pleasant sight, to be honest with you. Makes me
that was something my grandpa.
Warm
That's
inside.
something my grandpa used to say all the time as a joke. He would say, exactly. Hold on, leave this here. He would say, we got black people in.
We're expecting a guest who doesn't know what to expect from this show. Please take that down.
Okay. My grandpa would go, You go, yeah, we got black people in our family tree. At least a couple of them hanging there. Oh my God.
Got it.
No,
Got it.
stop.
I'm sorry. Because you're black?
We have crossed the line. Did you see what I just did there? I just assumed that this guest was going to show up. Did you see what you catch me?
I see that positive projecting. I love it.
His hands were soft and supple.
We know.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, that's gonna ruin it. Rod,
we're gonna check. We're gonna have to check your phone to see if you're sick. We're gonna have that app check your phone out to see if you're talking to your doctor.
She's officially late. Officially late. Another. So this is out of, I don't know, 9 guests this week, 1 showed up.
Yeah, but she made it for all the other ones.
This is unusual because I'm not sure if this one actually has a publicist who did, because some of them actually pay publicists and they pay whether they show up or not. If their publicist hooks them up, they pay the publicist in advance to hook them up with opportunities like this to promote
the
themselves.
Publicist like Grindr. I'm just saying.
I mean, they do try to fuck you, I'm sure, at times. So,
this is a kind of there are a lot of people doing this now. People who are they're in the business of, oh, you don't know how to get on podcasts. Like, people don't know how fucking easy it is. So they're going to charge them like, I can get you on one, $50 per show. I get you on. And there are people, and lots of them, who contact me with that. So anyway, I think we're going to have comedians on who I know Monday to promoting shows at Sticks and Stones in the Hamptons, the Hamptons Comedy Festival next week.
gotta get out east.
Yeah.
You gotta get out that chair, man. It's holding you back.
Right.
Tell me
Yeah.
It's not.
Where else was I going to go with this? Now, I was talking about the publicists, right? They're making money. Now, I'm not making a dime off it. And I'm not sure if these people are under the assumption that some of that money goes to me. It doesn't. I haven't seen a dime of it.
We might have to start charging a retainer or passing out a penalty for not showing up or something. Because, man,
the penalty is I'm going to come and throw you off the fucking roof.
I know, but we can't have you. You can't broadcast from prison. Well, you might be able to, but
yeah,
you can. You can. I've been on TikTok scrolling.
I've seen it too. Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Caldwell has a pod, Notes from the Pen. He's been in jail for 19 years. He should be out. He's a harmless crime like shooting his wife to death. But it's like a victimless crime, really, if you look at it the way I look at it. But it was an accident. Bobby's story is fucking weird, and he was trying to kill himself. Had the gun to his head, and his wife and kids came in the house and found him with the gun to his head. And the kid went over and grabbed the gun, and I think it's been verified by the medical reports. So the kid went over and grabbed the gun as it went off, and the shot hit the wife. So he's going to kill himself. Ended up killing his wife.
Oh man, well,
yeah. But you know what?
This is why you don't have kids. You leave them in hot cars.
Right. That's right. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Bobby. But I think now Bobby is an advocate for prison reform. He talks all the time about prisons are not what they're nobody's getting reformed in prison. It's just like it's basically let's train them to be hardened criminals type of atmosphere. It's like the University of Mafia training or whatever it is.
University of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, and there's plenty of data to support that people that have been put in jail.
Did you see that pterodactyl that just flew over?
A what?
Big black bird. Big black bird just flew over. Did you see?
Thought he was doing the sketch thing.
In the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
Jackie is texting me pictures of tits that he and Les Paul signed together. He said, I don't know. I could get.
Christ, did a cow shit in here?
Huh?
Is Jackie having a moment or something?
No, he does. This is. I am his go-to. Oh, look what I found! I got to text it to Napo.
Okay.
At least he's not like in his bathroom shooting one off. Then he finishes. He's like, you know what? Matt might really like these.
No, you've seen Jokeland. That fucking building is full of every fucking memory he's ever had. It's like those shelves are all nostalgia and memorabilia from his life. And when he finds anything that makes him go, his first thought is, I got to text this to Napo. So today it's Les Paul's and him signing tits in a hotel room in 2002.
This is why you say no to nepotism. You get tits in your inbox. You don't want that.
Is there something about me that makes you think I gotta send this to Napo? Obviously there is, because in the middle of the night I'm getting stuff about fucking Hulk Hogan and stuff. But why do people feel compelled to text shit to me?
Because we like you and we want to hear your input on it, you jerk.
So okay, in that case, I could see that. But what would Jackie be wanting me to say about these tits? Oh, nice tits.
Those are nice tits, exactly. Yeah. What else does a dude want to hear from another dude when he shows him tits? Whoa, nice tits. He doesn't want to hear
nice signature.
Else.
Nice signature. I think that's what he's.
Penmanship.
Okay, there you go. Cool. So, yeah, so change it up on him. Nice signature.
I'm gonna get to him on the penmanship thing.
Your penmanship is excellent.
He wants. He wants to be a part of your growth initiative by starting bar fights with local patrons.
That was my growth initiative in my 20s. Was bar fights.
Did you use a felt tip pen? Did you use a felt tip pen?
No, he felt his tip pen.
What? He felt his tip pen? Ew.
Bullet!
I heard it. It was past my ear in such dramatic, slow fashion. Did you hear how he said there was blood everywhere?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you had the equivalent of a vial dumped out. Shut up.
They should have did a PTSD test right on stage, and someone should have threw fireworks behind them.
All right. While we're getting back to the thing,
zoo.
Gonna make Mike Shavola cry real girl tears about this because I'm going back to the Trump thing for a little bit. The conspiracy theories are not letting up; they're increasing.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna actually bring that up as well.
And here's the thing: nobody has come out. Now, somebody leaked a fake Pennsylvania medical report from that hospital, but it was obviously fake. And they were saying they were administering ketamine to him because he would stop rambling about wanting to get back on TV immediately. So they had to give him ketamine, all that stuff. But nobody has actually come out with a legitimate medical report. The doctors, he's not allowing it. And all that does is feed the conspiracy theories, and I think he's okay with that. He likes the fact that people are saying that he wasn't really hit by a bullet and all that stuff. As long as people are arguing and fighting, because he has been on record as saying he likes conflict. He lives to incite conflict. But it doesn't help that we don't know that it really was a bullet, or was it something else?
Well, the worst thing I saw last night is this whole religious slant on it. Like, God has saved me. It's like, whatever.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's account. Did you hear how she saw an angel come down? Angel come down that looked like the American flag and wrap its arms around him to protect.
It was so. Yeah, they're saying that the flag twisted in the air to look like an angel.
Yeah. That's time for psychological whatever they call it, involuntary 3 days in the nut house while we do an examination on you to make sure you're not going to hurt yourself.
That's what the Reverend is going to be addressing this Sunday.
Oh, he's not exhausted from doing a dildo show last night.
What?
He's not exhausted from doing a dildo show last night.
He is exhausted because he did a Trump length
dildo, a Trump dildo,
a Trump length show, 93 minutes. He did did 90 minutes last night. And he's exhausted because he poured everything he had into that show from the opening minute and getting everybody to sing along to My Ding-a-ling.
So then why are you so tired?
Because I had to load and unload the car for him. He doesn't. He went through 2 collars last night. He sweated through his collars.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So did you guys see the newest conspiracy that's popped up in the last few hours of the grassy mole second shooter on the water tower?
The water tower. I don't see anything on that water tower. People keep saying that there's a shooter on the water tower. I looked at it, I blew it up. I didn't see nothing on that water tower.
Everyone's becoming ballistics experts and saying, oh, the angle that his ear got shot at couldn't have come from that roof. It had to come from that water tower.
So there were 2 beds. So if that's true, why didn't the guy take a second shot when they stood Trump up like this? Because they didn't shoot the guy on the water tower, right? They shot the guy on the roof. And if there was a guy still on the water tower and they stood Trump up like this for 12 seconds, whatever, why didn't that guy take another shot at that point?
He only had 1 bullet.
So so they managed to get the 2 worst fucking. They got Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder as the fucking hitman.
Hey, why black guys? You couldn't find any white blind people?
Oh, Jose Feliciano. No, that's
Helen Keller and
live. There gotta be some live.
All the white guys are dead. All the white guys are dead already. I mean, all the white mass shooter kind of guys, right? Or
Matt Murdock
ones we know about.
Dylan Roof.
Dylan Roof is in prison, right? He's on the roof.
But he's also not blind.
Right. Yeah. When it comes to blind white guys.
When it comes to love, Dylan's blind.
Well, Jeff Healy, no, he's dead, right? I'm out. I'm tapped out.
Yeah, Jeff Healy died years ago.
Yeah, right. He died of shooting at presidents, right? That was the cause of death.
Or making terrible music.
Oh, Patrick Swayze's brother is trying to get on podcast. Dan Swayze. He's apparently like a dancer, motivational speaker.
Shocker.
Yeah,
we got to talk to him.
I did try to reach out to him and see if he was interested. We'll see. I mean, but I don't. I'm not having much hope for that. Leland Sklar texted me at 1 a.m. this morning that he was supposed to be on the program 3 years ago, but he's ready now. You know who Leland is? You would know him if you saw him. Let's look him. I'll share his picture if I can.
I know Leland Clayton.
No. Here you go. Let me see. And share alike. We're going to share. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong buttons here. Settings, present. This is what I want to do. Blah, 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 blah. Share screen. Here you go. Leland. There he is. Bass player. Yes?
I don't
recognize
know
him?
Nope.
You never. Come on, dudes. Where were you? Where have you been?
Right here.
I probably wasn't even a drip down my daddy's leg when he was popular.
Did you play with Phil Collins?
Yes, he did play with Phil Collins. He played with everybody. He basically, if you watch the video on MTV in the 1980s, he was basically playing with every fucking band. Even bands that had a real own bass players hired him to do studio work for them. He's been on everything. He's on every record you ever heard.
Somebody posted a video on YouTube. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't see any of it. I just know the title of it. It says basically that this one artist was singing on 4 #1 songs at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know who that singer is. I was just wondering if you knew who that singer was.
Singer.
Yeah.
I think it was background singer, not the lead singer, right?
I have no idea. I wouldn't watch it because I don't like clickbait.
I think it's Timothy B. Schmidt from the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Bass player from the Eagles. He was, when the Eagles broke up, he was doing studio work, and he's on almost every record that came out while they were waiting for hell to freeze over. He was even singing lead vocals on a lot of stuff uncredited for bands, hair metal bands, and all that kind of stuff. Somebody is claiming.
Did we do entertainment before?
Before what? She's not coming. But we can do entertainment.
No. I was going to say before we say bye to Govs.
Why? You think Govs cares?
He wants Govs to
Do you think
hear.
Govs cares?
And this way,
I haven't checked.
If and when we get
It's
an
just
eyeglass
an extra.
contract, we'll have more people, to buy glasses. We'll have a bigger audience to sell glasses if and when we get a eyeglass contract.
My friend Joey Cola is at Govs Saturday night. Go
Stop
see
it.
Joey Cola.
You don't have any real friends. Stop it.
Well, I didn't say my real friend. I said my friend. Basically you can just the fake is silent. The fake that comes before friend.
Okay.
It's like, the B in subtle. It's just silent. Anyway, he'll be at Gov's today, Friday? Yeah, so tomorrow night, Saturday night. He'll be there. Go to the main room. He's headlining over at Gov's. You want to do show business? I was going to talk
how did
before
Chris Monty's birthday go? How did Chris Monty's birthday go? Did anybody talk to him, see how he celebrated it?
He's still crying. I'm waiting till he stops crying to talk to him about it.
Okay.
Now I'm glad you brought that up because Ron, you were like, who's Chris Monty? And here's the thing. Ron exposed himself as I know I love my wife. I've been together with my wife for forever. She's the only woman for me, blah, blah, blah. But he knew Chris Monty. He met Chris Monty. He talked about Soul Jones. He forgot and this was only 6 weeks before he said, who's Chris Monty? But Lana Siebel, I remember her. So I think that indicates where Ron's mind at. Oh, hot chicks, good-looking women.
No, tits. It's not even a hot chick. It's tits. So if it's a guy with tits, Ron would remember him. And speaking of which, Ron,
it's true. That's how Ron remembers me.
Ron, you said there's a change to the lineup for July 20th, a minor change. You reflected it on Facebook, but you didn't reflect it on the poster behind you.
Let me see. You say minor change. He's having
yeah. He's instead of leaning to the right, Ron is going to tuck it on his left side when he wears his jeans.
Yeah, one of the comics had to drop. Eric had to drop because he got a pretty good opportunity, and so it's no worries. So
and you didn't even reach out to your other black friend right here, sitting right over here. You could have reached out to this black friend.
I'm not black.
Black guy. Oh,
I'm not black.
You also could have had a crippled guy come out and fill in for you too.
Yeah.
No.
What happened to keeping it?
This
in the
is
family,
a fad. I'm sick of this fad of fucking wheelchair comics popping up everywhere. It's like, and they're all phony. They're all fucking just like faking it. You know what? I find
I'm crippled as shit.
Yeah. I find that a little offensive.
I've seen shit swim and float. You're telling me you can't do that, or is that all you can do?
I can swim.
Okay.
I can swim.
Yeah, see, so you're not crippled as shit.
It's just my arms though.
One thing you can't hide is when you're crippled inside. All right, let's try.
I showed you my right foot, you'd believe me.
Lastly, before we get to showbiz, I want to bring this up because I talked about the Eagles within, I mentioned it in like a half a second there. There is this new claim that the Eagles were, and this is weird because I know they can sing. I've seen them do harmony. There's plenty of stuff of them rehearsing harmonies. They're really good singers. They were faking it, mimicking it to backing tracks at a recent concert. And there's film footage of it that looks pretty convincing that they were faking it. And that is, it's one thing to see Madonna or somebody like that who really can't sing without fucking auto-tune or whatever, or any of those people. But to see a group that can sing faking it, that's a little troubling. I don't know.
Maybe it's because the instrumental parts they were playing were more difficult, so they couldn't sing it and play it at the same time, and so they focused on playing for real and faking the singing.
I don't think so, because the clip, man, maybe that's the case. I don't know. I didn't really get that deep into it yet. But they seem to be one of these acoustic things where they're all sitting on stools in the front with acoustic guitars, and there's a fake Eagle band behind them that they hired to do the music. So they're all sitting on stools. They don't, they're not responsible for the background music. There's a band they hired to do that. So all the guys sitting on the stools are faking it. Some of them aren't even holding guitars.
So they were stool sampling.
Yeah, why? It was stool sampling. You're right. Let's do showbiz news.
Wait,
And
I had to get this out of my head. It just popped into my. It just popped into my head. So last night at the convention, they should have had Hulk Hogan enter the convention center like Bret Hart did.
I don't know how Bret Hart.
Drop him from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, like Fart Man?
No, it's pretty bad. Bret Hart was a wrestler, and
did he die?
Yeah, he climbed up on. He climbed up on rafters and he fell down.
I'm pretty sure there's rumors that Matt Napa was in the rafters that night.
If he would have landed on Trump and made it like really interesting, landed on Trump and they both died.
Wow, what if you can dodge a bullet, but you can't dodge a Hogan?
Now Jack Black is disowning me, saying acting like we've never been friends all these years. I can't believe
he's only going to disown you if he laughed first. If he laughed first, then he'll disown you. If he didn't laugh, then you're safe.
And you don't have any PR people, so you'll be good.
I do too. What's Steven?
Yeah, like I said, you don't have any PR people.
He's not a real Puerto Rican.
No.
He's just adopted.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So now that I'm really in deep shit for everything I've said here today, we can do show.
And now, bringing you the latest in entertainment news from Hollywood, New York, and East Bumfuck, Montana. Here's our chief entertainment correspondent, Ron King. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showbiz.
I said showbiz. Oh.
Yeah, hey, it's showbiz, everybody. It's Friday, so
is this what? I know two of those Bad Boys 5 or Hancock 2?
So we're doing showbiz, and this is for Lube It Up Friday. So in this picture is Will Smith and Johnny Depp. This was taken on a yacht. They were out. Where's my fucking notes? I don't know where my notes are.
With some random Mexican? Is that what happened? They just, hey, find us a random Mexican to take a picture with.
No, they were hanging out. That guy is named Andrea Bocella's 30th anniversary concert in Tuscany.
Oh, Andre Bocelli? Is that who?
Yeah. So someone like that. If I cared more about these two, I would have dug deeper, but I don't.
Why does Johnny Depp look like he always smells like cigars, liquor, and pee?
I think that's a compliment, actually, Stephen. If you said that, I think he smells a lot worse. And apparently, Johnny Depp has, with all that money that he has horrific teeth. Like they're brown and
they're
shit.
Really bad.
Yeah, and so
I
don't
thought
know.
That was just makeup from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, look up Johnny. Do a Google search on Johnny Depp's teeth, and you will.
No, it's bad, dude. They're all sorts of different colors at different times, and
he smokes a lot.
He smokes a lot, and I'm pretty sure he grinds his teeth.
Yeah,
that's bad.
So
what makes you pretty sure he grinds his teeth?
Because they look worn down on the close-ups, and there's like round spots on them.
Yeah. So one day he's going to show up with implants like Dana White and start licking his mouth all the time.
Well, that's fucked up when you see these people who have bad teeth, and all of a sudden they show up with like a ultra white smile that is unnaturally white. It's just like you can't stop looking at it. Then it's like you're transfixed on the fake teeth. I have lots of friends who I known for 50 years, and they've had teeth like me, and all of a sudden now they have like this fake ultra white smile. It's like, wait a minute, you know what? You're not fooling anybody with that.
Yeah, there's a comic in Philly. He's a very funny comic, and he had some kind of disease that affects your teeth, and he had horrific teeth for a long time. Like they were falling out and shit. And a couple years ago, he finally got some good dentures. So it is literally night and day.
Well, you would think, with Johnny Depp's money, he could probably.
Oh yeah, easily. He could easily afford that.
I'll be honest, man. It's probably a fear of the dentist. I have a terrible fear of the dentist.
Me too.
I have to get terribly fucked up to go to a dentist. I do. I
You
have
don't
to
think he
like.
can afford to get terribly fucked up to go to the dentist?
No, he could. Like, if I could afford to go to the dentist that sedates you for all of your dental work, I would do it.
See, yeah, the dentist doesn't bother me at all. Like, I enjoy it actually.
It's the teeth scraping. It's the smelling of my teeth burning when they're grinding on them. It's them having to put needles in shit. No.
Yeah. I couldn't deal with any of that.
See, they're not supposed to put needles in shit. You're going to the wrong dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way they clean your teeth now is great because they just use high pressure water, so they don't even really need to scrape anymore. They just get in there with the water.
Still, man, it just.
My family tradition is to have all your teeth pulled and have them replaced with fake teeth, and I'm not doing that. But just before we move on here, I know we have to move on with show business. Yesterday, I posted a thing on Facebook. If you had a doctor who was only trained online, would you go? I was just curious about this because a guest has asked to be on the program who is a dentist who has a dental school all online. And it's like, so I posted as doctor, but I don't think I would want to go to a dentist who only, he was certified online. We don't know if you're not.
If it was, I would say, okay. So if I would have known it was a dentist, I think that would be a little different for me personally. As long as they weren't doing real surgery, I think I'd be okay. But even then, if they had if they at least received physical things to practice on and it was still like viewed, like sent back and viewed or taken pictures of and viewed, I'd feel better about it. But a regular doctor, hell no.
You're a weird dude. All right, we can move on.
No.
I can't finish cleaning your teeth because I'm waiting for this tutorial video to load. I'm sorry.
Listen, overall, I wouldn't do it, but I mean,
hey, Ron, they'd be going like they'd be using the mouse like this, going, "Okay, let's fix this." Got it. Here we go.
So this here is a picture from James Gunn's Instagram. Superman has wrapped up filming in Cincinnati. So all these people are obviously happy that they're no longer going to have to be in Cincinnati. That's what this picture really conveys to me. Like, thank God.
What do you think the bill was for this meal? And who?
It was on the house.
Oh.
The restaurant sees all that. Does see, rich people don't pay for meals, so they can see all these stars in there. They're going like, "It's on the house. Can we take a picture and hang it on the wall?"
No, they had to pay because I'm sure that dinner was probably what, $2,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely in the 4 digits, deep into the 4 digits.
Yeah. So Superman has finished filming and will be out sometime next year, maybe. Or
I'm pretty excited for it.
Not me. I like Henry Cavill.
Well, and here's the thing, though. I'm not excited because it's Superman. I'm excited because of some of the other heroes that are going to be in it that we haven't seen live action done properly, at least done. Like Green Lantern, for example. Getting a classic Green Lantern versus one of the newer ones. You didn't like that other
Green Lantern?
That was a fucking... The only reason it was good, it was because it had Ryan Reynolds in it, and even then it wasn't good. It just had Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah, the one thing the one thing I'm finding frustrating, especially like with this new Deadpool movie that comes out in like 2 weeks, there's all sorts of posts out there. It's like, well, look, this person's going to have a cameo in it. Then this person, like, stop fucking ruining the movie. I mean, what? I'd actually like to see it, and
I agree, but I got to give Disney some credit that it's been stated that even with the leaks, less than 5% of the cameos that are in the movie total have been exposed yet. So,
yeah,
is Howard the Duck going to be in it? I like Howard the Duck. He's my favorite.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy a couple times.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, he may have been in one of the Marvel movies as well.
Breaking news. We have breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. So Matt had mentioned it earlier, but yeah, Bob Newhart has passed. He was, the man was 94 years old, but you cannot deny his effect on comedy. The guy,
comedic genius.
Yeah, the guy is so funny, very dry type of humor. But yeah, Bob Newhart is definitely one of the fucking classic comedians because he is, like GD said, he is absolutely funny.
So now that he's dead, do we change the term deadpan to Newhart pan? I don't know.
I don't know, but this is the one time that when I saw the comedian died, I didn't feel like moving myself up in the hierarchy of comedians. Because he
because he was below you? Is that what you're saying? You were already above him?
No. It just didn't feel right. I really liked this guy, and he actually did influence me.
Very likable dude.
He won a Grammy in 1960 for Best New Artist for his breakthrough record, "The Button Down Mind of Bob Newhart."
Yeah, right. he beat out Harry Belafonte. He beat out Frank Sinatra. He beat out
No. Best New Artist.
Yeah, he got
Frank
best
Sinatra. Frank Sinatra was not a new artist in 1960.
Yeah, but he got the best record. He had #1. That record was #1. It was like best record of the year.
I thought you were saying for the Grammy that he won. He didn't beat out Frank Sinatra for the Grammy in the artist
Frank Sinatra
category.
He was a new artist. No.
Yeah, he won Grammy Awards for Album of the Year and Best New Artist.
Maybe Album of the Year he beat out Frank Sinatra. I stand corrected. I sit corrected.
And just from there and his career on television, I mean, he was in some massive shows, and like his influence is still everywhere. Even as old as that he was at 94. I mean, the master of deadpan, and just
the coolest finale ever of his second show called Newhart, where he went back to his old he was on CBS for like 10 seasons or something, and then finished it up with the finale. It was all a dream sequence going with a callback to his ABC show from the previous decade. So
it was a parody of the Dallas thing with the Bobby, whatever his name was, Ewing dream sequence.
J.R. Ewing,
yeah. So he will be missed, and a very funny motherfucker.
Yeah. And just if you are so inclined and want to just put a nickel in my bucket, go watch the reel I did for him on YouTube. And again, if you hear about a death immediately, a celebrity death of any kind, text me and say, get on it, because I found the morbidity
and also check out my tribute to him in Critical Joke Theory later today when I post it.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, do that.
No.
All right, so this picture is from a new documentary that's premiering on Netflix today called Skywalker's A Love Story, and it has nothing to do with Star Wars, obviously, but it's about a Russian couple, Ivan Burkus and Angela Nicolou, who for fun and love and Instagram, and they have Instagram fame and fortune, they climb up buildings unroped and illegally just to pose on top of them. And this one is focuses.
The last one they did before they died?
Now, this one focuses on the couple's dicey 2022 attempt to make it to the top of the Merdeka building in Malaysia.
Now, do they ever fuck when they get up there?
I don't know if they fuck, but if you've ever seen these videos or other videos where people scale buildings,
I hate that.
It's fucking insane. And
I know I have a fear of heights, and it definitely triggers my fear of heights.
There are porn videos of people doing it in high places like this, hot air balloons.
Go figure.
Places like that, yeah.
Yeah. So check out the trailer if you're not certain. I watched the trailer and it looks fascinating. She talks about going through a fear of heights while doing this and shit. So, and when you see that the stuff they're doing, it makes you shit your pants if you don't.
No, I shit my pants. Fetish. Yeah, I shit my pants anyway. Even before I even hit play.
He opens up.
I just shit my pants right now. I don't know. Can you smell it? Wake up and smell the Napo. All right.
You got a dog that needs walking. Too late. He shit his pants. You should have walked him faster.
And here we go. Since it is Friday, Lube It Up Friday.
All right.
However you enjoy your weekend.
Is that Mike? Is that Mike over in the top left-hand corner there? Is that Mike?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just out there on Google. So
I did mention the last time I saw him.
Why is there a wheelchair guy?
Because the wheels need to be greased.
Yeah, this guy here, the guy is attacking the guy in the wheelchair. That's why that's there.
Well, last time Mike showed up at a 45 gig at Gocha, he did have nipples like sticking through his shirt, like a woman in an air conditioning.
Ron,
he was just excited to see you.
Ron, what did you put in the AI to make it put those hands like that on the rope and around the rope? The double-wristed hands?
It was, I'll tell you the prompt. It was a professional wrestler crying in the middle of the ring with a pile of arms and legs behind him.
That's not a pile of arms and legs, though.
Yeah,
AI
I know.
is so bad.
But the fact that there are just like hands falling behind him is kind of weird.
All right, don't push